Hey everyone, my name's Emmanuel, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make effective reverb automations as well as reverse reverb sweeps so that you guys can make more interesting drops and EDM that sounds like this. Alright, so to start this off, we're going to go ahead and look at this main lead synth that we've got here. Now, what we're going to be doing is utilizing the reverb automation technique. Now to do this, instead of using it as an insert, I'm going to be using the reverb on a bus send. This way, we're not really taking away from that dry signal and creating a new channel where we can edit just the pure reverb. So to do this, you'll open up your buses and choose an empty bus of your choice. I've got one already set here, and we can go ahead and disregard these plugins for now, as I get into those a little bit later on in the video. Another thing that I like to do is to make sure that my buses are in post fader. To do this, you'll right click on your bus send and select post fader. This way, the volume isn't really getting affected when I'm messing with the volume knob of the dry signal. Now in the bus send, you can go ahead and choose a reverb of your choice. I've got the Space Designer here, and you can go ahead and deal with any of these parameters to your liking. Just make sure that you have your dry signal set to mute. This way, we're only dealing with pure reverb on this channel. Now to get your reverb to show up on the main view here like I have, you'll want to open up your mixer, locate that bus send. I've got mine conveniently named reverb right here, and right where it says read, you want to hit that little on button. Once you've clicked that, it'll show up on your main view. Once we're in the main view, we can go ahead and hit A on the keyboard, which will open up our automation, and we'll open up this lead synth right here, the MIDI for this lead synth. And as you can see, I went ahead and automated the reverb according to the empty space that we see in the MIDI from that lead synth. Now you can do this to however you like, but what I like to do is I like to set it completely to 0 and then just go in by ear and listen and find the spaces where I think the reverb would sound the best. Now you can achieve a pretty similar sort of effect using a sidechain compressor on the reverb channel. The reason I'd like to do reverb automations, however, is that it allows for more fine tuning. When you use the sidechain on the reverb channel, it'll duck the reverb every time the lead synth hits, which might work perfect for you. However, there may be a little bit of fine tuning and fine adjustments that you'd like to do, and that works perfect when you're automating reverb. So now let's go ahead and give a listen to this lead synth with and without the reverb automation. Alright, so far I think this is sounding pretty good, but I want to add a little bit of creativity to that reverb. What I want to do is add a little bit of rhythm to this reverb and kind of make a cool effect that'll make it in like a 16th note pattern. To achieve this, I use the Noise Gate plugin from Logic Pro. To locate this plugin, just go to your inserts, scroll down to Dynamics, select Noise Gate, and then stereo or dual mono. Now what I'm going to be utilizing is the sidechain feature of this noise gate. Now the difference between using this noise gate and a sidechain compressor is that the gate allows for really harsh cuts, so like in and out kind of things, where the volume is either on or off. I went ahead and set the threshold, reduction, attack, hold, and release all to the settings that I've liked, but what can we use to sidechain that reverb to? Now if we use the kick, it would sidechain it into a quarter note. If we use the clap, it would sidechain it into a half note, but I want to get a 16th note pattern. So to do this, I opened up a new software track, opened up Logic's stock sampler, and selected the electronic snare. You can pretty much select any sample that has a pretty clicky transient. Once I've got that in, I opened up a MIDI channel and wrote in 16th note information. And then I went ahead and stretched it out for the length that we're going to be using that reverb. Going back to the noise gate on the reverb, you'll want to go up to the top right of the plugin and select that sidechain feature. Now I've got my instrument right here, but if you don't see yours there, you'll want to go to Instrument and then scroll down to the instrument of choice. Now again, you can set these parameters to your liking, whether you want the gate to be harsh or slightly less harsh, and then you can go ahead and listen to what this reverb sounds with and without that gate. I think it gives a really cool 16th note idea and 16th note pattern. The last thing I did to this reverb is add a expander. Now the reason I did this was because I feel like the noise gate brought the overall dBs of the volume of the reverb down a little bit. So I pretty much messed with these settings to my liking and then raised the gain up by about 2 dB so that it would be about the same level as that main lead synth. Alright, the last thing I want to show you guys is how to do that reverse reverb technique, and it's honestly a lot more simple than you might think. These lead synth sounds that I have on my lead bus all have a very slight bit of a short reverb tail on them, which works perfect for me because I'm only trying to do a reverb sweep of about 1 bar. But you can do this for pretty much any instrument you want. If you want really long reverb, you can go ahead and edit that reverb to have a really long tail, and then what we'll do next is we'll select the MIDI information that we want, and I went ahead and chopped it up. You can do that by using Command T, and then I chopped it up and then right click, and now I've got bounce in place right here, but if you don't see that, you can scroll down to bounce and join and then select bounce in place. Once you've bounced that, you'll get a sample that looks sort of like this. Now it's not reversed yet, and how we're going to reverse it is really simple. You want to double click that sample. You might be in the track view, so you want to switch to your file view, go on the top left to where it says functions, and scroll down and select reverse. Once you've got that, you can double click and go back to the track view, zoom in a little bit here for you, and you can actually go ahead and edit, your fade in and fade out to your liking, but I think this sounds pretty good for now. Alright, and that is pretty much how you guys can make effective reverb automations as well as reverse reverb sweeps. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below if there's any other mixing techniques that you guys would like to see next. For now, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.